What's going on, everybody? This is Real Game Reviews. I am Breon, I am your host, and I am the Kingpin Games. And we're going to be talking about why Smash Bros. Ultimate is the greatest fighting game of all time. And I want you to not get confused with me saying that there are no other great fighting games, because there were plenty. I mean, maybe not as many now, but throughout time there have been plenty of great fighting games, it's just, I think that Smash Ultimate has trumped them all. I think that this is a point of, let's just get into it. Alright, so let's start with the characters, okay? So each character is from games that a lot of us already know and love, which is, it's 2 times good for Nintendo, right? Because they can market all of their games by making this one game, so they market them all on the same platform, and it works because here I am playing Fire Emblem when I didn't know what Fire Emblem was. When I was young, I grew up on Mega Man, Mario, The Legend of Zelda, F-Zero, Metroid, and Pokemon. After that, I didn't know who these people were, but now I do. And I mean, the games look cool, and I'm glad, because I would have never known what Kid Icarus was. I didn't know about Ness and Lucas, and I watched Kirby's show, but I didn't even know he had a game, or even the Ice Climbers. So it's pretty cool how it's done. And this is a really big deal, because when you think about it, there's no other company who has characters like that. Like, Sony has characters, but to be honest, we just don't care about them that much. And I mean it's true, like even anime characters, right? Like, we all love anime, but fighting with characters that you grew up with is a big deal compared to fighting with anime characters, even though we really like their shows. So I think that already sets it up pretty high. Moving on, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is combo potential. So with their different fighters, they have very different styles, and I mean, of course there are going to be some similar characters like Marth and Lucina, but I'm talking about different characters like Ganon, Mario, Sonic. You're not going to put the same inputs in that you're going to put in for each of those characters, because they all fight so different, and the possibilities are kind of endless, with the exception of Fire Emblem characters. I mean, even those are pretty different, but they make more copies of those more often. So, and another game I can think about with good combo potential is Clash of Ninja. It's a very underrated Naruto game, but the possibilities of combos were crazy. I mean, it was really crazy. Underrated though. But I mean, when you look at games like, let's say, Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, you're stuck on this level ground that you can't get off of. So your possibilities aren't as high as at Smash Bros, where you're jumping everywhere, Bayonetta's beating people all the way around the stage, or or anything crazy like that. I mean, MK Leo is a big culprit of this. Every time he gets into a tournament, he pulls out some new combo that's almost impossible to deal with, and you're like, how did he come up with it? So I don't even know if Sakurai meant to make it like this, to where the possibilities are so endless. And so, I mean, there's another game that could have had the potential of a Smash Bros type feel, or even better, and it was Dragon Ball Z. And the reason is because in Dragon Ball Z, they're constantly flying everywhere. Like, I mean, that's endless possibilities you can do with that, but they haven't utilized it. I mean, I liked it in Budokai, but you can kill somebody with just Ki Blast, and you don't even have to try to beat them, right? Even a good player might lose sometimes. And then secondly, you have Raging Blast. Raging Blast was great. I mean, the fighting went all over the place. You blew people into walls, you did your special attacks. It was crazy. It just, I mean, the combos at the end of the day were all the same. It was repetitive. It's not like Smash. Smash, you have to read people's moves. You have to see what's going on. You have to plan your next moves all while fighting. So, when it comes to fighting, it's just on a completely different level than any other game. And I don't really see that being argued. In Smash, you can make a bad character fight really good. Also, when it comes to AIs, right? Smash Bros is one of those games that completely understands how AI should work. So when you turn up the level of a computer, you turn it to level 3, okay? The computer walks back and forth. The computer's stupid. They're not smart. so they're not really fighting. When you turn it up to level 9, it's a completely different fight. It doesn't make you worse, it just makes the computer better, and a lot of games have that backwards, right? So when you go on Call of Duty, what happens? It makes you weaker. You can't take as many bullets. Assassin's Creed, you can't take as many hits. 2K, your shot percentage decreases and the computers go up. That's not how it should be. The computer should just play better. And Smash they get that, you know, especially when you had to unlock the characters, because Lucina whipped me so many times it ain't funny. Anyways, moving on. So another reason is the constant updates. It's not pay to play, and they're giving us new characters all the time, albeit you do have to pay for them, but that's okay, right? So, you know, I really don't have a problem with pay to play, not at all, when it's done right though. So there's an asterisk there, because sometimes 2K, it gets ridiculous, and I don't know how it would go in Smash if they did have pay to play, other than making your character stronger, faster, and ridiculously good. And could you imagine MKLeo with a stronger Joker? It just wouldn't make sense. I mean, they have amiibos, so I guess you can say that, but I don't really think they count. So I think updating games instead of just throwing it out is always good. I mean, I don't mean make a buggy half game and then make patches when people complain. 2K, I mean add-ons, like, you know how GTA has a new heist, like I mean, I wish they updated more, but GTA has new heists like every year, you know, and Smash brings on new characters. They do patches, they do buffs, and all of that stuff. And the next character I'm waiting for, by the way, is Viewtiful Joe. I mean, come on, guys, we all should be. I'm going to get that started. I'm going to make a petition so that we can sign it, so we can send it to Nintendo and show them how many fans are waiting for Viewtiful Joe, because I don't think Viewtiful Joe is coming until we tell them to make it happen. So anyways, also with the extra features of Smash, you can switch controls. So in many games, especially fighting games, the controls are the controls. You know, with the way your combos goes or the way your combos goes, you can't make new combos, right? The controls are the controls, you know, and you can change the strength of the characters and change the music, you know. And changing the strength of the characters, I think Sakurai was tired of people saying, hey, this character should be this should be this, and he's like, well, you fix the characters yourself. I'm tired of it, you know. Which is pretty cool, you know, to even mess around with. Like, I messed around with making Ganon super strong, and it was ridiculous, you know. It was extremely fun to play with, you know. Now, I do wish they brought back some game modes like Smash Tour and the events and the adventure and classic mode instead of the story mode that it had, because, okay, so that's where I say it's bad. But no fighting game have a good story mode, but on this one, it was extremely bad, you know. Yeah, I'd rather you just take that story out because it was trash. It really was. I don't care. That can't be argued. It was complete trash, and it took too much time to unlock characters every time. I'd rather run adventure mode and classic mode until the cows come home. But I did not want to play that story mode. So let's get to the end of this, because I don't want the video to drag on too long. So what I know is that even if you decide Smash Ultimate isn't your favorite or the best of all time, first of all, screw you. Second of all, Smash is at least the greatest fighting series of all time. And it has one of the biggest gamer scenes in tournaments, and this cannot and will not be argued by me or anyone, or I'll punch your grandmother in the forehead. So you do what you want with that information, you know. But anyways, in the comments, let me know what your favorite fighting game of all time is, you know. And maybe I'll make a dive into that, because there's fighting games that I might not even play it, and I might be passing up on it. So let me know. I'll go play it, and I'll let you know what I think about it. You know, that'd be pretty cool. Anyways, Kingpin Games out. Bye.
Kill 'em, I'm in your face, yeah. I break the safe, yeah. Diamonds in place, yeah. Girl, know your place, yeah. Girl, watch my bank, yeah. You know I'm hella loud, don't even lace, yeah. Don't trust nobody here, 'cause they don't play it fair. And if it is a problem, then we can take it there.